This is Mr. MegaManFan. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know all the things to do. It's time for another edition of the Retro Swap Box. So, without any further ado, I'm gonna open this up. The last person in the group to send the box out was Barry, so thank you, Barry. And if you're unfamiliar with this series, what we do in the Retro Swap Box is put things in and take things out one for one, but never more than half of what is already in the box. There we go. So we have Leroy Parnell, On the Road, a cassette single. What year is this from? 1992 or 93, depending on which copyright date you want to go by. Interesting. And some Garbage Pail Kids cards. See what all they are. We've got Secondhand Rose, Shut Up Sherwin, Jordan Nuts, Manuel Labor, and Alien Allen. Okay. Next up we have Star Fox. That is quite the inclusion for a retro swap box. That is very cool. I don't need it, so I'll put it back in there, but if I did need it, I would be extremely happy about that. Some Goosebumps Pogs. They feel Pog-ish. Or maybe they're just collectible. I see a Nuka-Cola button. Shout out to Fallout. And it kind of reminds me of Nightshade, but it doesn't say what it is anywhere specifically. The very best of the Newlywed Game, Wild and Outrageous, hosted by Bob Eubanks. Running time of 46 minutes. Copyright 1999. Later than a lot of VHS releases I've seen, but there were some into the 2000s for a while. An EverDrive. ED64 Plus. Well, holy shit on a shingle. Pardon my French, but dang. Would not have expected somebody to put an EverDrive in here. That's wild. A David Bowie cassette with Space Oddity on it. That's pretty awesome. I might keep that. Not making any final decisions yet. Banana Anna, another Garbage Pail Kids card. Some more Pog looking things. Make a pile of those. John Tesh rules with authority, as is tradition for the Retro Swap Box. So that doesn't surprise me that somebody put John Tesh in here. Looks like we've got some Mario Kart candy. Is it Mechagodzilla? I don't know the lore as well as I should, but it looks like an armored Godzilla, so probably keep that and put it on display somewhere in the game room. Spider-Man playing cards? Yeah, I'll think about keeping that. No final decisions yet. Got some more Poggish things here. What? Jailbird? I don't understand. Is this a token for a game? I It's definitely not an arcade token, it's too big for that. But it's the same size as these hogs, so interesting. Oh, we've got an Elecman. Now you know I'm gonna have to keep that. That just goes without saying. It's Mega Man, I'm Mr. Mega Man fan, so that's one I will swap something else into the box for. We've got an electronic Yahtzee. That's cool. Another cassette, Mark Chestnut. I'm guessing country music by the Cowboy Hat. Copyright 1990. What looks like it might be a Magic Gate memory card. Yeah, so potentially something I might keep. An entire season of The Simpsons. Debate whether or not I'll keep that. I'll consider it. Some gigantic Pokemon cards. Alolan, Sandslash, and Tapu Koko. Where does one even get Pokemon trading cards that size? Your guess is as good as mine. Oh. A PSP game. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes. And I don't think I have this one. So that may be one of my keepers from the swap box. A lot of very interesting stuff in here. Far Cry limited edition. Disc is floating around, but that happens a lot with these kind of games. Blu-ray games never seem to stay on their spindle, no matter what you do. Got some loose Atari carts here. We have Ms. Pac-Man, E.T., and Flash. Defender of the Universe. Okay. And what's this on the side? Is that? No, it couldn't be. A mini game console? Okay, this video might be a little longer than planned. I might have to check that out and see what it's about. Pokemon Power. Collect all 24. Yeah, that might end up staying with me. This one is definitely for me, because there is one member of the group who decided to make Pokemon trading card packs for each of us. So the one that's addressed to Tristan is obviously for him. And this one is mine. So what cards did I get? I got Snorlax, Magmar, Vaporeon, another Magmar, another Magmar, a Growl, another Growl, another Growl. That's another Eevee card. Now, what in the name of Sam Hill is a Retron console doing in here? Okay. And we have a shirt in here. What size is it? It's a large, so it won't fit me, but it's cool. That's a very cool shirt. But that is definitely going back in the box. Okay, let me pause this for a minute and maybe I'll try one of these things out. So I think if you're breaking the seals, that means you want to keep it, right? So I decided to go ahead and break the seals on this. Still can't believe somebody would put this in the swap box, brand new, unused, but who am I to argue with their decision? Maybe they found it at a thrift store for cheap and decided to hang on to it for the retro swap box. But yeah, from all appearances, nobody has ever used this thing before. Everything is still in the bags, so it'll take me a few minutes, but I'm gonna set this up and then we're gonna give it a try. Okay, so if I'm being perfectly honest, this TV isn't made for consoles this old, but nevertheless, I found old school AV composite plugs underneath, and hopefully I've got them in the right jacks. If not, I'll have to redo it. One old, one homebrew. Montezuma's Revenge is the one underneath there. And this is my Left Brothers copy of Super Mario 3. So let's put this in. Like so. And I'll grab a remote. Okay. That won't do anything when I hit the power button. I'll be damned. It's in widescreen, which really isn't what I would want, but try this funky ass controller. Got the volume turned down too much. Okay, that's not exactly the sound I would expect coming out of an NES, but hey, it does play the original cartridge, so I'll give it that. Yeah, well, it works. Almost forgot I was going to show whether or not homebrew works, so here's Montezuma's Revenge. And yeah, homebrew games work fine too. I'm pleasantly surprised.